"Hi everyone, please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers." The first thing my father did when he saw me enter the probate courtroom was laugh. "She actually showed up alone," he announced, loud enough for strangers in the gallery to hear. "Couldn't even hire an attorney." A few people glanced my way. I kept walking. The polished floor reflected the fluorescent lights overhead as my heels echoed through the room. I clutched the worn leather portfolio tucked against my side and took my seat at the table reserved for me. Across the aisle, my father leaned back in his chair with the smug confidence of a man convinced he'd already won. Beside him, my mother adjusted the sleeve of her expensive jacket and offered me a practiced smile that had fooled most people for decades. "It won't take long," she said softly. Their lawyer, Richard Bellamy, shuffled through his paperwork and gave me a sympathetic look that felt more insulting than kind. The bailiff called the room to order. Judge Harold Bennett entered. Everyone rose. I stood automatically, shoulders straight, posture sharpened by 20 years of military service. Some habits never disappeared. Outside, rain streaked the courthouse windows. Bellamy stepped forward. "Your Honor, this matter is straightforward. The decedent's intentions became unclear near the end of her life, and my clients are simply requesting that the court recognize." The courtroom doors swung open. Every head turned. An elderly woman with silver hair walked inside carrying a sealed envelope. Judge Bennett stopped mid-motion. His expression shifted immediately. "Miss Holloway," he said quietly. The room fell silent. Even Bellamy looked unsettled. Margaret Holloway crossed the courtroom without hesitation and placed the envelope in front of the judge. "Instructions from Linda Carter," she said, "to be opened only if her granddaughter appeared in court without legal representation." I felt my pulse hammering. Judge Bennett broke the seal. He unfolded the documents. He read the first page. Then the second. The color drained from Bellamy's face before the judge even finished. My father frowned. "What exactly is going on?" he demanded. Bellamy took the papers from the judge's clerk. His hands trembled. "This," he whispered, "this changes everything." That was the exact moment my parents realized my grandmother had anticipated every move they would make. 3 weeks earlier, we had buried Linda Carter beneath a gray Carolina sky. I had arrived directly from Norfolk in my Navy dress uniform. The cemetery grass was still damp from morning rain. While other people shared memories about Grandma's kindness and stubborn humor, my parents stood nearby discussing acreage, tax assessments, and market value. 12 acres should sell quickly, Dad said. "We need to list it before winter," Mom replied. I stared at them. "Can this wait until after the funeral?" My mother sighed. "Emily, you're hardly ever here. You don't understand what needs to be done." I understood perfectly. I had understood for years. I wasn't there for holiday photographs because I was deployed. I missed birthdays because I served overseas. I wasn't available whenever they wanted a convenient daughter who rearranged her life around theirs. But every Sunday evening, no matter where I was stationed, I called Grandma. I knew which medication upset her stomach. I paid for her broken water heater when she refused to ask anyone else. I listened when loneliness settled heavily in her voice. I showed up. That night, alone in a roadside motel, I unfolded the last letter she'd mailed me. Her handwriting wavered across the page. "Emily, never let